Hi guys, this is Sid, the Garage Boy. I wanted to quickly welcome back to my channel. First of all, I wanted to quickly talk about 2019 Kia Optima. It's an LX model, 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. We got this car from auction, and the issue after getting it from auction, we thought, okay, great. There's no issues that you see. Let's take it for a drive. I took the Kia to go pick up my daughter, and after 20 minutes the car turned off, and crank and crank, it wasn't turning on. Crank and crank, it wasn't turning on. Literally within the line of picking up my daughter, the car turned off. I had my brother with me. I told him to basically open the hood and see what's going on. And this fuel pump is what all the videos say to replace. This is the front one. Okay, we checked the OBD scanner. The engine light was saying that you have low pressure fuel. I forget the code right now, but it just basically said low pressure fuel. So the car turned off. After 20 minutes of cooling down, it turned on again. We called AAA. While trying to call AAA, we quickly rushed home as it turned on after 20 minutes of cool down. We made it home, but we bought this online and we replaced it. However, still same problems. So I'm going to show you right now what I did to resolve the issue. I'm going to show you the fuel pump, which fuel pump I actually replaced. So this is the high pressure one. Okay, this sits in the front under the hood, and we didn't have to replace this, even though all the videos on YouTube said go ahead and replace this. Okay, so this did not resolve our problem. This, however, did resolve our problem. This actually has a fuel filter inside here. Okay, and there's a pump actually sits here, which is low pressure. So this actually kicks the fuel from the back, from the fuel tank to this pump. Okay, and this pump actually pumps fuel into the fuel injectors. So something here tells me, of course, after replacing, it's actually this piece has the pump, which we will need to replace. But it's better to just replace the whole thing, because in order to get this off and the filter off, it's just kind of complicated, and you don't want to break things. These plastic pieces are very, very fragile. So just go ahead and replace the whole thing. I got this from a local junkyard, and I got it for about $90. Okay, so the fuel line actually comes in from here. You have a connector here for the fuel pump, and another connector here, which tells you how much gas you have left, in other words, in the tank. So let me show you where I got it off from and what I had to do to remove the back seat. All right guys, so basically I have the seats. This is the bottom part of the seat. You guys see I'm on the back seat. This is the bottom piece, and this is the back side of the seat right here. The back side seats fold over. There's basically kind of a hinge in here, okay, right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's the hinge right there. You pull that from the trunk, and these seats fold over. Once this folds over, you will see some bolts right here. Okay, you will be required to remove this bolt, and this bolt. Once you remove these 3 bolts, your seats will become loose. Okay, they'll become loose. You could actually, there's 2 of them. There's 2-seater right here. That sits right here. Okay, 2-seater right here, and then 1-seater right there. That 1-seater will become loose. It pops open. You could pop it up one side, and then you have it kind of like a hinge. Actually, let me show from this side. Both sides have that hinge or like a rod poking out, So your seat basically sits like that, okay? And you could lift it from one side and then move it over, pull it out. So you're gonna have to do one side first, which is the one-seater, pop it up, and then pull it so that it gets removed from one side. And for due measure, just remove this side as well, so that it actually pops out. Now that's your hinge right there, okay? For those seats, there's 2 bolts that you will have to remove, and 1 bolt from there, and then 1 bolt actually here that will be connected to the seats itself. So this basically kind of, you know, holds your seats together. Now you have basically the fuel pump, low pressure fuel pump assembly. You will be required to remove that, and I'll demonstrate for you quickly right now. Okay, I'm gonna remove it for you. Actually, it's gonna be hard to do this with one hand. Okay. Okay. I put it back together. My brother and I, we had this put back. We had it tested, and behold, our hopes were not shattered. The car was working, so we were good. Okay. So it's a little tricky to remove the fuel pump assembly. Fuel filter assembly, I should say. Remove this. And then you have right here. All right, so check this out. Okay, so you have this. Okay, this is your assembly. That entire assembly that I showed you outside in my garage, this is it. Okay, now it's kind of tricky. Remove this, you know, this fuel line, the connector to your fuel pump, and then your gauge for your how much fuel you have. So remove these wires, prop a screwdriver right here like this to slightly loosen, not all the way, slightly loosen this piece. Let me zoom in for you. Prop it right here, okay, and then this basically kind of comes off. Okay, it comes off like this slightly, and then you have to put pressure on here and then twist it open left side. Okay, that's the hardest part of this whole thing. Okay, and then if you want, you could use a hammer to kind of put like a screwdriver here, and a rubber mallet, not a hammer, rubber mallet, like hold a screwdriver like this and hit on the one side of the screwdriver so that it slides over, you know, and it'll take you about 10 to 15 minutes to kind of pry yourself out, because there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locks that you need to kind of slightly pry. You don't want it to open completely because you want this back, right? You want to put it back. So pry a little bit, make it a little bit kind of loose, slightly, and then push down and then left, push down and then left. So that's pretty much it. Okay. All right, I'm still in the car. So yeah, I wanted to explain to you kind of the procedure. If you're having these same type of problems, try this out. Hopefully it works for you. If you have an issue where car not starting at all, I will go with the high pressure. If you have the car starting but dies out later, I would go with the low pressure, which is this, you know, back pump with which includes fuel filter as well. So yeah, just go ahead and if you could go ahead and subscribe, I could go ahead and make some more videos of this. And yeah, leave a comment, and hope to see you guys back again. Bye.